Hello, my name is Sarah. This is my anniversary video. I'm a bit late. Normally my anniversary is in May, but I've been really busy this year, so I'm sorry that it's after Christmas this year. But thank you for watching my video.
So this year you've done quite a lot of raising awareness and talking about aphasia and how it affects your life. You did a talk at the Royal Society, which is a really huge institution in London for scientists, to talk about how difficult it is to find a career path for somebody with a disability. So how did you find that?
It was more challenging because it was to do with my job, what the jobs that I've been doing after my stroke and my current job. It's strange because normally if I've done some speeches, it's to do with my talking about stroke or aphasia, and I know it's to do with me, but it's more, I feel more comfortable than talking about myself and talking about my jobs and stuff like that. And I'm glad that I did it, but it was I was so nervous.
You had to practice because reading is still difficult, isn't it? So you had to practice the speech.
Yeah, and actually the time that I was actually doing the speech, I was really, really nervous. I've never felt like that before. Because
it was in front of academics and professors and people like that. And somebody actually saw you, because the speech went really well, and somebody saw you and invited you to go to Oxford University to talk to some students and some professors there. So that was quite an honour, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very nice that he wanted to talk to me and wanted me to talk to me about. So
really good awareness, good raising awareness of aphasia, because aphasia is still affecting your everyday life, isn't it?
Yeah, all the time. I still have challenges, and my speech is not perfect, and reading and writing is, still a problem sometimes, and I've got my apps and that helps, but it's still hard, and it's every day is a challenge, going out and working and being normal again.
And we went to America, actually, to Houston, to the Aphasia Centre there, where you spoke and met lots of people over there with aphasia, didn't you?
Yeah, so they have a place, and it's a lot of money to have the place, and so they wanted to raise some money.
Every year they have an annual lunch, don't they? And you spoke at that. But what a fantastic place. It was really inspiring, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and the people were so friendly.
And it was so nice that they wanted me, because
really good. So that went really well. So you had such a busy year, really, because you're still working, aren't you?
Yeah, full time. And it's like maybe every time I've had a holiday, I'm doing something to do with
but you don't mind.
Yeah, but
and at work you've had some challenges, haven't you, because you've been doing some training and things like that, which has been quite a challenge. If you do the training with a group of people, sometimes it's not obvious that you have aphasia.
A lot of people in the company know that I had a stroke and that I have aphasia, but because aphasia is so hard to explain, because having aphasia, people are so different, and also, every day is different. Sometimes I can do something and the next day I can't, and sometimes people kind of forget, which is kind of nice, but there's always challenges that I think I can't do or I need help, but they have supported me a lot. And
makes a big difference, doesn't it?
So
you have a few sort of awkward, embarrassing moments, but generally people are very supportive and helpful.
it's not so bad now. I'm not so like nervous that, if something happened or
Yeah. You've been there every year, haven't you? So that's
yeah,
really
and it's
good.
been really good. So I'm really glad that I
That's a
had that
real
job. So
plus. So at the moment we're not at home, are we? Where are we?
we're actually in Australia, but we're leaving soon, so we're going to be sad.
And what have you been doing here? Because this is quite unusual, because normally you're with your mum and dad on holiday and we go around together, but this time you've been with your boyfriend, haven't you? And you went up north and we went down south. So was that easy for someone with aphasia to do that sort of travelling?
I guess it's easier if you've got another person with you. My boyfriend is very helpful, and if I needed some assistance or something, but it's been really nice. And so we had 2 weeks, all of us together, with you. I'm sure you know that my sister lives in Australia, so we had that week, and then we had 2 weeks on our own, just me and Stuart, and then the last week back together
For Christmas, which
Yeah.
has been lovely. So while you were up north, you did a mad thing, because you did a skydive, which I'm sure a lot of people who've had a stroke would be absolutely terrified about. The
and I survived.
prospect. But how did you feel about that?
So actually, Stuart bought me this present for, I think, Christmas last year. I was really nervous. I didn't think maybe I'm not going to do it. Like scared, but then we booked the flights, and then we were thinking what we're going to do, and Stuart said about it, and I was like, oh, okay. And actually the time that we actually went there, I was so nervous. I didn't really want to do it but we, you know, we've been booking everything, so there's nothing that you can do. Well, that you can book.
You could have.
I'm not gonna.
But it was at Airlie
Yeah.
Beach, which is a really beautiful place. So it was a lovely place.
Yeah, and so we went to the place, and I actually loved it. So
You did so well.
I think actually I would do it again.
That's what you said.
I've got some videos, so maybe I could do like a.
Yeah, maybe we can put a
Maybe,
snippet of
yeah.
it in this, and that would be really good.
It was really.
I'm really proud of you for doing that. That's very brave. So that's really good. And then you went to a place called Heron Island, didn't you? Which we've been to before, and it's a lovely sort of beautiful nature island on the Barrier Reef, and that's a really lovely place. So you and Stuart went there.
Yeah, we went there before with my sister and my sister's husband proposed there. So
Yeah,
that
which was really nice.
And it's a beautiful place. They have lots of animals there.
And what would you say the highlight of your time at Heron Island was?
Stuart proposed to me, as you can see, the ring.
So here is Stuart, who doesn't
Hello.
normally like being on camera, but
One time, special occasion.
Yeah.
so
So-
you're now engaged.
This is
That's
Stuart.
very
Yeah.
exciting.
He's real.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
how was that?
I didn't know you're gonna. Yeah, I was surprised.
So how
I'm-
lovely.
I'm very happy.
So you haven't set a date for the wedding yet, have you? But
No, I'm
lots of planning.
happy
Sure,
that
you're
you
very-
like me.
Oh, I'm glad you said yes.
Oh, good. I'm glad you said yes. Stuart's a very nice member of the
We're
family.
very happy.
Yeah, it was nice. Wasn't
Oh, lovely. And the two of you went to see Jack, didn't you? Jack Hurley and Wendy Hurley.
Yeah.
Jack had a stroke when he was a teenager and has aphasia, so he's become a good friend over the years. So that was a really nice thing to do in Australia as well,
it? It was really
wasn't
nice to
it?
meet them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, how nice. So we're all flying home again soon, and exciting times ahead. So have you got any messages that you want to say to anyone with aphasia? Because it's been 10 years and you've achieved so much, it's possible.
I think anything having aphasia and having it's you think it's the end of the world, but I've done so much after my stroke, and there's always hope.
And everyone is different, and some people won't make the sort of recovery that you've made, but most people that we know at our stroke group have improved over the years, haven't they? And Stuart actually helps out at the stroke group that Sarah runs, so...
But I think it's important to try to work, even if it's difficult, because it is, and I know that, but always have hope, because if there's not hope, then there's nothing.
Absolutely. So it's a positive message. So do you want to go and get somebody else who was in a previous video? And Stuart can talk to me while you're gone. So it's really nice to talk to you, Stuart. You're normally quite shy.
Yeah. Well, it's not really mine.
Not your cup of tea.
Not my place, but she does so well on her own. So
Oh,
she
that's
doesn't.
nice. Well, you've been so supportive, and it makes a huge difference.
She's-
So in a previous video, Sarah brought her niece, Piper, who has grown quite a lot since the last video.
Yeah, she's much
I
bigger.
don't know if she's going to want to be in this one, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's 3 years old now, so
She had a lovely Christmas, I think.
she did. She had a great time here, so it's been really lovely
Santa
having the whole
definitely
family
visited
together.
her.
So you're going to say goodbye to the people watching this video, Piper? You have to look at the video. Piper, say hello. 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 Bye bye. Say bye bye. Bye. Thanks everyone.
Bye.